Hey guys, it's Sash, and I'm going to run you through an overpass map control into a B execute. So first of all, you want to take B short control. You're going to put two people towards B short. First person's going to throw this flashbang. Then he's going to clear B short. They're all going to be blind. That's the purpose of the flashbang. And then he's going to sit comfortably in a position where you can't be spammed through the wood, which is here, down here, anywhere around here. Going here is a bit risky, but staying on the high ground is very important so that you can keep fluid movement. The second person on the B short map control is going to be trade fragging. So he just comes back, he's watching boost, he's going to trade if the guy dies on boost, he's going to trade the people on short. You can do this with just one person, and we'll do that later on when we're going into an A execute, but for now we're coming into the B execute. So that's your two people on B short map control. Really important piece of the map to play. A lot of CTs love to get aggressive there. Now coming into the connector map control, you're going to put two people here. You're going to throw a Molotov here, and if you've got perfect timing, you can make it to the left hand side, or you can throw the Molotov and then hide so that you can't get picked from an AWPer who's just going to jump the Molotov. A lot of high tier players do that. If you're playing Face It or ESCA pugs, you can actually jump through the Molotov because there's no team damage. Your second friend is just going to come through and clear connector outright. However, I'm going to be taking us through tournament play, so you're going to Molotov out this. Depending on how you play it, you're going to listen to ticks in the Molotov. If someone is ticking in the Molotov, you're going to jiggle this because that's the only safe part of the Molotov, otherwise he's on the other side. Then you're going to want to smoke this, and your second connector friend is going to come up to door, open the door, which won't normally break, and he's going to be trading into B as well, getting a couple spams through onto site, getting a little bit of jump peek just to see what's going on, and basically helping out on a fast B execute. Now that's two people in connector. The second guy in connector is going to wait for the smoke to go away, make sure they can't get aggressive on your friends on B, and while he's waiting on the smoke for your friends to get aggressive on B, this is what your A guy is doing. Now remember, the game plan at the start of this was to take a B execute. So the A guy doesn't have to take much A map control. He's going to pop flash out the AWPer. If there's a smoke up, he's going to start spamming it a little bit, get a little bit close. He really has to judge how much he has to do in the round. If they're not showing any signs of anything, then you just line up the smoke. You just leave a fairly large gap, line that up with that, line that up with that. It's a fucking run throw. You're smoking off toilet basically. If you've got a second flashbang, you can jump throw it off, and that'll blind AWPers. You can also do a nice little jump peek here to see if the AWPer's posted up. You can do a double click flash, or you can just go for an outright single click flash. That's basically saying, I've smoked off the AWPer from long side, I've smoked off the AWPer from toilet. The only place I can die now is if I go to connector, which is where you're going. So now you've got to worry about dying from that. You're just going to throw a little pop flash, make your way into connector after the pop flash, and start clearing it with your friend. You clear the top of connector, clear lower connector, clear close. As soon as you reach this point, you're going to say, right, I'm ready. By that time, the smoke should have gone, and this guy's getting a little bit antsy because he's waiting on the CT aggression. He hasn't cleared connector. He's still jiggling to make himself hard to be killed. And he's also looking for this guy to jump peek and get an insane flick like that and kill him. And then he starts to clear connector, clears close, everyone's happy, you've got connector control. At which point your A guy is going to come down here, he's going to watch the flank, he's going to hold, he's going to listen to steps on T flank if they've pushed A long control, and he's going to hold down connector. Hopefully the door hasn't blown up and you can close the door. That gives this guy a little extra time to line up the shot on the guy from behind. Going into the B execute, which is part of the whole strategy, you're going to have one guy, he's going to throw the heaven smoke like this, then you've got a Molotov. Just on the left of pillar is basically how you do it. You just stand outside the door, get your Molotov, throw it on the left of the pillar. That lands straight onto the barrels. Then you've got one guy who's come back from B short. You've taken a little bit of map control. You're not getting picked by the AWPer, and he's going to line up a smoke here. This is going to be your sight smoke. So at this point, you've got a heaven smoke. It's just disappeared. You've got a sight smoke, and then your third guy, who's been sitting here basically the entire time, you come to the middle of this little wood bit, come to the right a little bit, put your crosshair on this black dot. Doesn't have to be perfect at all. It's a really, really simple smoke, really easy to do. Basically, anyone playing water is now smoked out. The only thing they can do is spam through. The only thing they can do other than spamming through is Molotov out, wait for your smokes to go. The guy in barrels is sort of dying, ticking in the Molotov. As soon as you throw your execute of smoke, so you've got a smoke here, you've got a smoke here, and you've got a smoke heaven. As soon as you've thrown your execute of smokes, your execute of mollies, you're going to want to throw one pop flash. Now the pop flash is generally thrown by the guy that did the Molotov, and he's just going to throw it straight off of the middle pillar. The middle pillar, it's going to bloom open, it's going to bloom everyone on CT, it's going to get most people in water, anyone on heaven, the guy on barrels is going to be a little bit blind, at which point your friends from Monster are going to start creeping up. If you've got an AWPer posted on Monster, he's going to be looking to the left, and one really neat thing you can do is jump with an AWP. If you jump into this, you're actually going to fly on the right hand side. So you're posted up here, you're going to fly to the right hand side and check close right. Once you've checked close right, these two guys are going to be the star fraggers of the execute. They're just going to go out, get all the kills, convert this Molotov into an actual frag. They're going to throw a couple Molotovs into water to make sure that you can't deny the plant from them. Make sure that you can't just jump out of heaven, YOLO down into a Molotov. You're going to be ticking in the Molotov. And it's really important for your two guys not to come up this ramp and not to come up this ramp, because that's the primary spam locations for CTs. You just want them to sit back, kill the guys that are coming on water, sit behind this little pillar, get the headshot angle, basically trade all the kills and be the star players. Now what you've got to acknowledge is that with this strat, you're not actually pushing into water. It is viable, you can do it, you can take all of B control if you want, but I would prefer for my team to fall back Monster, fall back short, play maybe a boost on top of sandbags, catch some people out while they're rotating. I personally play the lurk role in connector, and I just sit back here, and once I know that connector's clear and some time has passed, you line yourself up with this wood and you come into this shadow. This spam spot here, this spam spot is super effective for CTs rotating through lower. You know, when you're spamming, you're going to primarily spam here, but if you spam slightly to the right as well, it catches anyone rotating. You're probably going to get some return spam. You want to get on top of something so they can't hit you in the head as much, and then realize where it's coming from, where you've got to be spamming next, whether they're going to be going down into water, whether they're going to be behind, what the setup's going to be, and how they can be rotating in. Anyways, I hope this guide has helped you guys a little bit. You can even save a Molotov for the post plant Molotov. Thanks.